I'm Lou. We're in another episode of My Car Story. I'm here with Jim Unsworth. Jim, nice to see you. And I'll grab the camera as I usually do. Thank you. Jim, we've got a 1968 Lamborghini Miura. Why don't you tell me, kind of hang with me. Let's get a shot of the side of the car. And you shared with me a little bit beforehand, you accidentally found this car. So I know a lot of people would love to accidentally run into a Miura. So tell me a little bit about this, and I'm going to jump forward a little bit. And before I forget, you mentioned you are the second owner. So first of all, how did you accidentally run into a Miura?
Well, a couple friends of mine buy and sell cars,
Yeah.
and I was buying and selling cars with them at the time. And anyway, a friend sent pictures on Friday afternoon of this Miura for sale, and I thought it was a good deal. Thought it might be a car we could buy and sell together. And so anyway, after looking at on Friday afternoon, after looking for the photos for about 20 minutes, I called him up. He was going to make, suggest that we buy the car and flip it. And anyway, he wasn't there, so I thought about it for a second. I said, heck, I know the guy who forwarded the photos to him. This is another friend of mine. And so anyway, I called him up and asked him about the car. And then before I finished hanging up on the phone, I agreed to buy the car. And so I wasn't really looking for a Miura at the time. It just a friend of mine had one previously, and I was aware of the cars and always liked them. And so this one came, and so I jumped on the opportunity. And when I was talking to the friend of mine, the guy that I eventually bought it from, he was kind of surprised that I was going to do that. It's really not. He knows me, and it's a little bit of a stretch financially, and to say the least. And so, but that was the time of easy money, the HELOC loans and everything. And so, so I agreed to buy it by the time we were done. And as we were hanging up on the phone, I heard the phone clicking in, and later on he told me that was another guy who was calling to make a offer on the car, but so I beat him by
a hair.
By a hair.
By a Lamborghini bull hair.
Yeah.
Why don't you open the door?
This is unique feature about this is when you open it from the front, these form the shapes of a bull. Horns of a bull.
So when both doors are open, we've got the bull horns.
So this is, let's get this out of here. You can see the original owner still had the dyno tape on there. This is all original interior. It's never been restored. The switches up there are really interesting. It's got all the tape on there to distinguish what they are. Neat thing about this, fuel leaks aren't too. Everybody worries about fuel leaks, but if you look over your shoulder, you can check all the fuel rails and the carburetors and see if you got any issues. So it's really not that big of a deal.
Let's do that. That's right there what he's talking about. And there's your look out the back. And yeah, that is unique. I'm glad. And there's a little vent up there as well.
Yeah.
For the headrest. And these are the seats. What are these? These are vents also?
Those are fresh air vents. It's a tunnel that runs underneath the car and goes all the way to the front, and it pulls in fresh air.
And let's
works
take
really well.
Let's take a look at the back. Can we open up the engine compartment?
Only one.
Okay. Just pull it there.
Don't close the doors.
Okay. Gotcha.
See what
yeah.
happens is
you can't close
they
the
hit
door.
and they bend. That was a modification they did on the S's, the later ones. They moved those inside so you can't.
Yeah, so you
close
can't
the door.
shut
But
the
this
door.
way you can't drive off
Go
with
ahead.
the clamshell open. As you open up, all your belongings in your trunk get tipped up.
Okay. So on both doors,
And I don't work a lot, but
it opens on both sides,
still, if you're scheduled and something comes up,
and it tips this way.
So you got 4-liter V12 double overhead cam, hemispherical combustion chambers. You got 4 3-barrel
Just actually
carburetors.
come back just a little bit so people can kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. Go ahead.
You got 4 3-barrel carburetors, 4-wheel independent suspension, which in 1968 was quite new.
Yeah, very new.
4-wheel disc brakes, which was a pretty cool thing to have in '68. 5-speed transmission, which was also unusual.
Let's go around the other side.
Really unique thing about the engine
is that
is that
Is this the Miura?
not only did they not only did they put synchro mesh on all 5 forward gears, but there's also synchro mesh on reverse.
What's that?
That's your header tank for the radiator.
Got it. Okay, got it.
So
That is.
you got 2 distributors. Each distributor does 6 cylinders. So when you tune it up, you tune it like 2 6-cylinder engines.
6-cylinder engines at the same time.
You basically pretend you got 2 6-cylinder engines. You do one, and then as soon as you're done with one, you do the other.
Gotcha.
And there's 2 points per distributor, so you got 4 sets of points altogether. Each set of points works three pistons.
A little bit of work.
Yeah, it's keep you quiet tuning it up.
Got it. Stand right next to your car, Jim. Jim, thanks for being on My Car Story.